Coming up, our nation's capital is facing an AIDS epidemic, says DC's health department. A new report shows 3% of district residents infected with HIV, a rate that rivals parts of Kenya and Uganda.
And the circus is coming to town, but not without uproar. Allegations of animal cruelty place Ringling Brothers on the high wire, and patrons throwing peanuts. District Wire News starts right now.
Good evening, I'm Mark Sipp.
And I'm Lauren Swanson. A DC health report released on Monday revealed that 3% of people in the district have HIV or AIDS, a ratio that some health organizations would consider an issue of epidemic proportion. June Kim has more on that story.
DC government released statistics from a report that shows a city in the middle of a health crisis. The culprit? AIDS. The 2008 Epidemiology Annual Report found that a little over 15,000 people are HIV positive, a 22% increase from 2006 when there were 12,000 reported cases. Some people were surprised to hear DC's HIV rate is similar to that found in African countries like Uganda.
I always knew DC had a very serious HIV issue, but I mean that proportion, that number is very surprising.
At American University School of Education, Teaching and Health, Dr. Anastasia Snelling says the news was not a shock, though it did hit hard.
However, as we know, we don't reach epidemic proportions overnight. Actually, what we see is just finally an awareness and an opportunity for the District of Columbia to bring this news out into the open and raise people's awareness.
Findings from the health report reveal that more than 70% of DC heterosexual couples do not use condoms. However, there are signs of improvement. The same study found a 70% increase in the number of people being tested. The district plans to work with the Centers for Disease Control to provide effective public health programming. From Washington, June Kim, District Wire News.
President Obama is proposing a new health care plan for service members and veterans, but the American Legion isn't happy about it. The plan would force soldiers' private insurance to foot the bill for service-related disabilities and injuries. The Legion says the plan would violate the Veteran Affairs mandate to cover injuries and, if approved, would require soldiers to pay co-pays and could result in increased insurance rates.
And it's not just the veterans that aren't happy with the president. Obama's approval rating fell this week below 60%, and according to a new poll, only 40% of Americans say they still trust him to handle the economy. Also, stock prices dropped after 4 days of growth, which many experts have linked to Obama's speaking out against AIG on Monday.
And more backlash against AIG's reported bonuses. The top 7 bonus recipients got more than $28 million, with the top recipient given $6.4 million. It has been reported that AIG paid out as much as $165 million in executive bonuses, angering American taxpayers who had spent $180 billion on bailout money for AIG. President Obama spoke out yesterday criticizing the company and pledging to do everything he could to stop the bonuses.
Another gray lady bit the bullet. The Seattle Post-Intelligencer hit newsstands for the final time today after the collapse of the paper's advertising revenue. It's yet another blow for the ailing newspaper industry.
The idea that print advertising has been valued at a certain level and it has sort of a perceived value associated with it. The online space has got bottomless inventory.
The paper's owner, Hearst Corporation, says the PI will become a news website. It was one of the oldest papers in America, serving the Seattle area for more than 100 years.
And the greatest show on earth has arrived in the district. The Ringling Brothers Barnum and Bailey Circus paraded itself into D.C. today, but the animal cruelty charges facing the circus are not forgotten. Kate Setta has the report.
Each year, the Asian elephants of the Ringling Brothers Circus come to D.C. on a train. This year, like in recent years, there is concern for treatment of the animals. More than 8 years ago, animal rights groups filed suit against Ringling Brothers and its parent company, Feld Entertainment. This YouTube video shows some of the abuse detailed in the petition. The plaintiffs claim the circus's treatment of the animals violated the Endangered Species Act. In his testimony 2 weeks ago, Feld chairman Kenneth Feld said trainers are allowed to poke the elephants with metal-tipped rods to keep them under control. The circus's ringmaster says the animals are loved and treated well.
We all treat the animals just like they're the stars of the show, because they are. They're doted on, they're absolutely cherished, and they get 24/7 veterinarian care.
The St. Patrick's Day and Welcome Parade route passed just blocks from the U.S. District Court where the case is being heard. From Union Station, Kate Setup for District Wire News.
The National Mall is about to get a makeover. The Park Service will be installing new, easier-to-read signs guiding visitors to the monuments. The user-friendly signs will cost more than $2 million. The new plan is drawing some criticism from people who say icons like the Lincoln Memorial and the Washington Monument shouldn't need to be labeled.
Even more reason to drink and be merry tonight. Different organizations have come up with ways to keep district residents safe this St. Patrick's Day. Haifa Al-Mubarak has more.
Liquor stores across D.C. are filling up their shelves with enough alcohol for St. Patrick's Day. Some D.C. residents are leaving their cars behind and using free cab rides sponsored by the district's cab association.
Maybe more people will use it this year. Hopefully it's been more publicized. I think it's a good idea. As far as trying to get people not to drink on St. Patrick's Day, I think that's impossible to do. So people are going to go out and enjoy themselves.
AU Campus Security is also making sure this St. Patrick's Day is safe for students.
Purpose is safety. But what we can do is try to help educate students. We do talks within the residence halls from time to time for RAs on floors about alcohol safety. We do alcohol awareness training a couple times every year. Those are the kind of things that we do to help students understand what their limit is, what they're to do to be safe, those kind of things.
Not everyone is enjoying the day off to celebrate this holiday. Since it falls on a Tuesday this year, many find themselves in their offices getting work done. Haifa Al-Mubarak for District Wire News.
Coming up, for one pageant queen, beauty had a price. A former Miss America talks to students at American University about her struggle with an eating disorder.
And a lively send-off for American University's dancers, the basketball team. The Eagles board a bus for Philadelphia, hoping to ruffle some feathers at the big dance.